With that said, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, and she's speaking out of the Pathways Strategic Relationships Level 1, and tonight she will share with us her icebreaker. Our first speaker this evening is Alissa VanDeman, our newest member of the youngest and funnest Toastmasters Club. Alissa has selected the strategic relationships path because she views this as an essential key to increasing her skills in networking environments and speaking one-on-one with her donors at work. Tonight, she shares her icebreaker speech. Listen closely for times of emancipation she's experienced, for what led her here to us, as well as interesting tidbits about her life. Next up is Alissa VanDeman with her icebreaker.
Hi, I had the timer pinned and then she disappeared on me. Hold on just a second. Okay. All right, thanks. Okay. I stood at the front of the classroom, much like today, butterflies in my stomach with excited anticipation. Perhaps a little sweat under my arm and on my brow. My male speech teacher standing in the back of the classroom, a little green around the edges, as this was his first year out of college teaching. I took a deep breath and began. Hi, I'm going to show you today how to put on a band uniform. First, you take off your shirt. As I proceeded to take off my sweatshirt, Mr. Smith ran towards me. No! It was too late. The sweatshirt was off to reveal a t-shirt underneath. He covered his beet red face as he walked back to his spot at the back of the classroom, breathing, trying to regulate his heartbeat. Needless to say, I had everyone's attention. Now, speech class, high school, I did not care for it very much, but I will never forget that speech. I was glad to be emancipated at the end of the semester with having earned my credit, never having to take a speech class again. So how did I end up here at Toastmasters? Marketing touch points. Let me explain. The first Toastmaster touch point I received, I was attending college at DePaul University in Greencastle, Indiana. I attended there after growing up in Greenfield, Indiana with two older brothers. Toastmasters. It was fun, I was told, learning professional etiquette and making speeches. How was that fun? If it was anything like high school speech class, I was not interested. As a music major studying percussion, I was either in the classroom, reading books, in rehearsal halls, or in stuffy practice rooms. My schedule did not allow for one more activity. I couldn't wait to be emancipated from being a 24-hour student. But wait, I'd have to start making my own meals. The next marketing touch point I received for Toastmasters was when I was working as a young professional in Indianapolis, Indiana, living in Greenwood, Indiana. I had purchased my first home at the age of 23 and was finding my way at a nonprofit music organization called the American Pianist Association. It was a staff of 3 people, one of which was me. It was a stressful time. I got engaged, got married, had my first son, Fletcher. So once again, my schedule did not allow for one more activity. As the years moved on, life happened. More children were born to me. Jeremy in Indianapolis and Obadiah here in Florida. We had moved to Carrollwood December 2013. A year later, I was emancipated from my marriage and rebuilding my shattered life. I had nothing. I had nothing but my faith in Jesus Christ, my parents' goodwill and grace, and 3 boys, 50% of the time. I found a job through Jeremy's soccer club in 2015, working in the development department of WUSF Public Media. I got to interface with people all the time. It was a saving grace. Time out of the house to be an independent adult and a paycheck. Yes. I started rebuilding my life according to my priorities. This is when Toastmasters raised its hand again. In 2019, I had found myself again, the smiling, laughing, good-natured Alissa who loves people. I'd started Latin dancing for fun, exercise, and socializing. It had become a type of therapy for me. I'd been promoted twice in my job and was finding financial freedom. I had moved into an apartment that with all the amenities I had prayed for. I felt like a queen in a castle overlooking a moat. It was then one day after dance class that someone mentioned Wesley had been voted president of his Toastmasters Club. There it was again. Over the next months, I received 13 touch points where people go from being an observer to a customer. The pandemic helped emancipate me from my busy calendar. My schedule finally allowed for one more activity, and here I am. In conclusion, these stories are examples of my background and character. What you should know about me now is that I am resourceful and resilient, ambitious and motivated, fun-loving and genuine, kind and caring, talented and adventurous. If there's only one thing that you learn about me today, please learn that I love people genuinely. According to Scripture, we are all created equal in the sight of God. It is time people find this truth and live it. I look forward to learning more about each of you during my Toastmaster journey. Oh, and for those of you who are curious, yes, I earned an A on that high school speech. Toastmaster.